So you want to start by sauteing a mixture of bell peppers, red, yellow, green, orange, whatever you have. I also have some red and white onions. I'm just going to saute this until it gets a little soft, about 5 minutes, and I'm cooking that in a little grapeseed oil. Then I've added in some sliced portobello mushrooms. You can add as much as you want. There's not an exact amount to the amount of mushrooms you can add, along with some diced tomatoes and a bay leaf. While my mixture is cooking, I'm going to work on the dough. I have 3 cups of white spelt flour. To this, I have added 1 teaspoon of sea salt and I've stirred that in. And I'm also going to add in 2.5 teaspoons of Achiote powder and go ahead and get this mixed together. Now I have it nice and mixed, and it doesn't look as red as it will turn once I add in the oil. So I have 1/4 of a cup of grapeseed oil, and once I mix this in, it's going to start to look a little more yellow in color. And you just want to mix this until it has a nice crumbly looking texture. And this is what it will look like. And you can see that the dough does look a little kind of a orangish yellow kind of color. Now you want to go ahead and add in your alkaline milk of your choice, whatever you prefer to cook with. You want to add in 2 cups, and then you want to combine this until it forms a non-sticky dough. And this is what your dough will look like. If it's a little sticky, you can just add a little bit of flour at a time. Then you want to go ahead and cover this and refrigerate this for 20 minutes to allow it time to rest. Now we're going to go back over to our filling mixture, and it's cooked down and it's looking nice. You can taste this and add any more seasonings that you prefer to add at this point. I like to have kind of a red sauce to my filling, so I'm going to be adding in some Achiote powder to this. I don't have an exact measurement. What I'm doing is just adding enough until it gets to the color that I want. So I'm adding about 3 dashes and just stirring this up, and I'm gonna let this cook down for about another 5 minutes. And the Achiote, and if I'm saying that wrong, excuse me, but that it doesn't change the flavor. It's kind of like paprika. It just adds more of a color, so it won't change the taste of the filling. So this is what it looks like once it's cooked down, and I'm happy with the color of the sauce that I have. It looks a little more of a red color than you can see here on camera. I think that's more so because of the light. So what I'm going to do is cut the light off so you can see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like without the light. You can see that it has a nice red color to it. So the Achiote is absolutely optional. You can leave the filling however you want, but this is what I'm going to go with for now. I also decided that I wanted to add in some kale because I wanted to put a little more vegetables into this filling because of the dough. So I added about 1/4 cup of water and some fresh kale that I had left over. I didn't think it was enough kale, so I actually ended up adding in some frozen kale that I had as well. You can add as much or as little kale as you want, or you can completely omit this step. But it came out pretty good to me with the kale in there. I let this cook down for probably another 5 to 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like once the kale has cooked down. And I'm going to let it thicken up a little bit more because I don't want it to be too runny because it'll run through the dough. And then you want to let it cool off for about 15 minutes or so. So now our dough is done. I'm going to go ahead and divide this into smaller balls so that I can get ready to go ahead and roll this out. So you want it to be about 1/8 of an inch thick or thinner if you can get it. Not too thin that the dough will rip, but I'm trying to let you see how thin I rolled it out. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You just want to get it rolled out enough that you can put your filling in the middle, and you want to have about 1 inch or more around, at least 1 inch, so that you can fold it over. And you want to press around the filling, just gently press around the filling to kind of seal it in the middle. Now I just twisted the edges here to give you an idea of an option of how you can seal up your patty. But another way is to, you just want to press the filling just like that all the way around, and you can use a fork to seal up the edges. And you just want to go all the way around. If by chance you accidentally rip the dough, it's easy to just stick it back together and just keep going. But you want to take the fork and you want to press all the way around the dough until you've done the entire edge, like so. And then you want to take a knife, or you can use a pizza cutter. That's what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to cut off the excess. And just to give you an idea, you just kind of go all the way around, or you can leave it. You don't have to cut the excess off if you don't want to. So this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this onto a baking sheet. And I did try to score these. You can poke holes with the fork if you want to, but I found that it doesn't really make a difference if you score them or not. They kind of still come out the same. So bake this on 375 for 20 to 25 minutes. And this is what it looks like when it's done. And this is the inside. Enjoy.